I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, dog, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. You name it.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce.
My pocket pussy couldn't come.
She couldn't make it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of... I feel like I'm like a little blah, blah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
And we are here on a Saturday. This is 3 weeks in a row. Saturday. So you guys are lucky. Okay.
God bless.
You're blessed.
God bless.
I'm
God
also
bless.
still on the cottage cheese diet. So
I'm also on the Whispering Angel diet.
is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a little
This is all the only thing
No.
I've had to eat in 12 hours.
Same sit. Well, I had like literally a fourth of a cup of cottage cheese, which was like 2 points.
Actually,
I think that's why I'm slurring.
It's only
I'm
been
shaking.
like 10 hours. But anyways, yeah.
I saw what you ate this morning.
Yeah, that's right. That was so good. I love getting off work and going to like a little cafe and getting like a biscuit and egg or like a bagel and egg.
Yeah, like overnight.
Bagel, egg, and cheese.
I mean, overnight janitor work is really tough. So to be able to go get your breakfast in the morning right away, it's
these floors aren't going to scrub themselves.
being in a fulfillment center all night long. I mean,
Amazon. Oh,
don't tell.
don't tell anyone.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I have to tell you something just right off the bat.
me too.
Oh no, it's a Me Too moment.
Yeah, this is the casting couch. This is where you touch me.
Whoa, girl, fuck.
Do you want to go first then, or me?
You have to.
Why?
I can tell. You have something to get off your
No,
chest.
I want to tell you about my doctor story yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so basically,
I'm diabetic.
I was talking to my mother. And I was on the phone with her on Thursday night. I just had my headphones on. I was making music. I was talking, and I got on the phone
As
with her.
one does.
And I kind of like leaned this way, and I was like talking to her, sort of like slouched. You know what I mean? Also, let me just like rephrase this as well. I had a headache this week. I had a backache this week, all on this left side. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So basically, I was talking to my mom. All of a sudden, I could hear my own. Like when I'd clench my teeth, it would like it was like echoey in my ear, to where it was like it's almost like I had water in my ear, but like worse. I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm doing this. I'm doing all the shit. It's not working. Nothing's working. So the next morning, and actually, it's kind of weird because I feel
Like a clicking sound?
How do I describe what it would sound?
Oh, like if you go underwater in a pool and you hear someone tapping on the
Yes,
wall.
that
like,
same sound in your head though.
Yeah.
Like it's like a really bizarre
Okay.
feeling. So basically, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to sleep and hopefully like
it's not a
it'll go away.
stroke. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was kind of like concerned about like I was actually concerned. Did you just look at my body and say stroke? I know.
I was looking actually at your crotch and saying stroke.
I'll be honest with you.
'Cause-
and I'll be honest, I got my weight down.
Wow.
And
Yeah, you're down.
I'm not down, but I'm not up. I'm the same still for
Literally,
like the last
that's
year. Like, I don't
that's
care.
why I
that's
don't
a win,
care.
though. That's a win.
That's beyond a win. Most American adults gain weight every year their entire
No,
life.
I'm
Yeah.
literally the same. Again, I'm a little bit on the higher side, which is good though because I kind of gave me like a reality check. But I am not.
It's not like you gained 25 pounds.
No,
You're
no.
right.
It was like I gained 5.
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
That's like nothing.
Over 2. I mean,
That's like you skip a day of eating and you lose it.
right, like literally. So anyway, so it's Friday morning. I get to work and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, it's still bothering me. So I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know if there's something in my ear. Like, what's going on?
3-day weekend.
So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor. So I got in the car, went to the urgent care up the street. It took 25 minutes to get my insurance through, but it's because my insurance company's a stupid ass, and they literally have the numbers like it's like VKI, and then there's a set of numbers.
But it looks like a 1.
But you shouldn't even use the VKI. Don't use the VKI.
Oh, you
so
just
why
put a
do you have
number?
it on the card?
I honestly can never understand when they
I don't
ask
get
me
it.
for. Can you read that off to me? And I'm like, MRN.
And they're like, no, not that number.
PSY.
The other number. I'm like,
What? I
so
know.
this bitch, though, let me just say something. If you work in a front desk situation, if you are a server, if you are speaking to somebody, I need you to raise your voice, especially when I have a clog in my ear. I'm like, what? And she's like,
Oh no,
honey, I need you to speak the fuck up. So
Especially
regardless,
with a lot of older patients too. Like they're not going to come in and be like, "Oh yes, you're whispering perfect."
she's like, son, the insurance not working. I'm like, I can't hear you.
Oh my God.
So I was having a fit.
I would lose it.
I'm like, I was the only one in there too. I'm like, can we just get this show on the road? I was like, how much does it cost to look in my ear?
Right. I know.
I was like, I don't even
it's
care.
Like, yeah, it's like fine.
I have HSA anyway, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna get like a 10% discount anyway. So just tell me what to pay to get you to look at my motherfucking ear. So then this hot nurse,
of course,
he comes and gets me. He's got tattoos. He's like pretty cute actually. He kind of reminds me. He reminds me of like Usher or.
Oh my!
Usher with tattoos, maybe. It was like I was like, oh,
you're in trouble.
So I was like,
okay.
Hi, I have something in my ear.
I'm dainty.
Yeah, and so he did my shit, whatever. And then the PA comes in.
It's never, yeah.
And
that's where we're.
Let
at
me just say, he could be a listener to the show. He's definitely family, and so here I am, this fat gay sitting there waiting and being like. Yeah, I have something in my ear. Like, I can't really hear. And so he looks in my ear and he's like looking for a long time. And I'm like, okay, like maybe he doesn't know how to do his job. It's a PA. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly. And so he goes, there's definitely like some wax there. There's also, he's like, I don't want to freak you out. He's like, but there's like almost like legs. And I go, I'm sorry. And he goes, it's like a black. He's like, I can't really tell.
No.
I go,
no.
Oh.
No.
So I almost had a panic attack right there. I was like, oh.
No.
He's like, do you know of any like bugs that could have crawled in there? I'm like, I don't lay on the ground. Like, I mean, no. So he gets the thing. He flushes it out. It was a piece of earwax, but it was like, it had a little, like, it was like a June hair. I think I accidentally put in my ear.
Oh my God. I
know the suspense was real.
Oh.
So I get my ear flushed out, which I had never done before.
Yeah,
and it's
Matt
actually
gets it done. He loves
kind of
it.
amazing.
He's like so much better afterwards.
No,
Suddenly he can hear.
Well, so then I was like, he's like, does that feel better? I was like, no. I was like, actually, it still feels like I'm underwater or something. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh. No. I was like, yeah, it feels a little better. But it did take a second for my ear to like, because I think it was used to not hearing, like hearing muffled.
Is that? I just had a thought.
Saturday?
Is going ableist?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll
Is
probably
it
take
really?
it out. Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
you don't have to take it out. Question, because a lot of people make that sound, and then it's like,
Doy?
Are we just trying to imitate like developmentally delayed people?
Is that what they're called now?
I don't. Like I said, remember all we've done in the past like 40 years is just adjust the names of things, and all the still problems and hatreds still exist.
A faggot's still a faggot.
Yeah, but it's like,
no, he's queer.
LGBTQ.
Oh no, he's part of that family, or it's like,
the Rainbow Mafia.
Oh God.
Okay,
anyway,
so then you like got the water out. And
so I got the water
feel?
out, and then I felt a little bit better, and it still was like kind of weird. And Michael was like, I was like, Michael, I like, and he was like, well, it can be like a little weird for a second because it is a weird sensation to have water just like sprayed in there, and then there's no wax. So like wax is actually very important. I was researching it a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's normal. Yeah,
it's like very important. You need it because it protects your eardrums from dirt and dust.
Yep.
So
and it cleans them out. Like it
drains
pushes out naturally.
So here's the problem: is I have earplugs. So that was probably what I probably had been doing earplugs.
Well, and I have to admit something. I wear earplugs every night, and it is true that you will get a buildup of like
I mean it's
crusties, I call them.
Well, no, I mean because it'll come out
and sometimes you have to really dig in there. And
so
you can
I
get the
feel like
crusties
I just
out.
want to
It's
get
gross.
I want to like get one of those spray bottle things that he had. And I'm like,
I think we should just buy that because Matt wants one too.
Oh my God, I want one so bad. I was like, this is great. Like
honestly, Matt needs it.
My pussy. So yeah. So anyway, that's how I started my day yesterday. I was like, I think I'm going deaf, and then of course I'm looking up like brain tumor because then I had like pain. That's called a hangover. I had a hangover for like 4 days. From last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday ended. The people don't know, but it.
Oh yeah, the people saw us before.
They saw us on just one bottle of wine.
The two.
Well, one each.
Whoa, girl, fuck.
But that was spread out over a long time, and
an hour.
Okay. So it was different, you know, it was like, we went to, oh my God, we had the best sandwiches ever. Like I was moaning and people are like, are you okay? I'm like, I don't think you get how good this sandwich is. It was a crispy fish sandwich for me that stayed crispy even when it got cold.
Listen,
like it wasn't just like hot and crispy. It was like it's still.
And when I say crispy,
crunchy,
it's not
crunchy,
burnt crispy.
No, not
it's
burnt.
Like,
no, not like you biting like.
I mean, it's definitely a fucking crunch, but it's definitely flavorful and definitely like.
And in the inside,
oh my God,
juicy. Like I watched. Your chicken was
Oh my God.
juicy.
It was good. They had a special sauce on there. Then we had like trash fries or something I called them. And I'm like, what in the fuck
I
is
looked
happening?
those up. There were so many things I would never put on like spuds. I was like, ew, yuck. Nacho, like cheese,
Yeah,
blah,
it was
blah,
like-
this special sauce,
was
that
like,
sauce,
oh.
this pickles. This. I'm like, that won't be good. No.
It was so fucking good.
Thank you, Jackie-O's. Thank you, good friends.
Good friends with good friends with trios.
Good. So then we went to AWOL, and then
You know how the rest kind of.
Gary was there, so I got a little flirty.
Wow. Oh my God.
You flirty? No way. Yeah, I saw you getting a little handy behind the bar, but that's another story.
That also got stares because people are like, why is this person behind the bar?
We
And I
came in
was
like a wrecking ball,
oops.
okay? Like we walked in and we were like, I came in like a wrecking ball. And it's like, oh no. Like yep.
You were the ball.
And you were the chain, babe. Old ball and chain. So anyway, that's why I wrote here, drunk whores out at the bar.
Oh, you put that?
Yeah.
I have to look at this. Sorry.
And I also wrote.
Yeah.
So I also
Exactly.
wrote. So when we were at the brewery, do you remember? Yeah, let's just.
We got to bring this up.
listen straight.
Stop bringing if it is dark out or about to be dark out, let's leave the kids at home. You know, like, I don't know why kids are running around trying to trip me
At a brewery.
at a brewery. Like, I have a full beer in my hand and I'm just like trying to get to the table from the bar, and there's little kids like "Meh!" screaming, fighting, crying. It's not enjoyable to sit around a fire and have a kid screaming in your ear. I know it's not enjoyable for the parents. They're like, yay. It's like, is this really a yay? Is this a sleigh?
It's a nay.
It's an A.
It was a nay. It was an A.
Leave the kids at home. Call your parents. Get the grandparents over.
Or don't go to the brewery.
Just get drunk at home.
Maybe that's the cliche thing we could open is like a family brewery. Like, because here's the thing.
And it's
I think
just
it's really ironic that
abandoned
like
building.
well, what I think is really funny is they're like, oh no, drag queens, they're grooming the kids, but you're bringing your kids to a brewery. So I'm just kind of concerned.
Yep.
It is more rowdy at a brewery.
Drugs these days.
Yeah,
It's like
more
you're bringing your kids
at
to
a drag
watch
show
you
to
get
read
drunk.
Yeah, they're reading a book to you, and here you're just screaming at the TV and your wife, and you're getting divorced, and it's just
Literally,
terrible.
it's always like the straight men, the straight dads
They
are huddled
Yep.
around a TV
They're like,
screen,
"God
holding
damn,
beer.
hate her."
God fucking. And then the moms are in the corner trying to manage the kids.
Come here now, and I'm like,
Now
I'm like, listen.
I'm gonna count to 10. I'm gonna count to 10.
And I know my faces are like god awful. Like I'm
looking at them like horrified. Like it's like
go home.
It's like what?
And I understand that, you know what, parents deserve to have fun too. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to, but however, I just feel like there might need to be. It's just weird. Like you don't bring your 14-year-old to a brewery though. Have you ever noticed that? There's never like teenagers at a brewery, but there's always 5-year-olds, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess they can watch themselves at 14. That's why.
That's a good age, probably.
But okay, but imagine if they did. What would people say? They can't come in because it's alcohol. It's a bar.
It's still a bar. It's kind of like
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like this is not a restaurant. This is
it's
a bar.
not right. It's not. It's. I just don't get the kids.
Do you understand what I'm saying though? It's a bizarre.
I really struggle with them. You know,
Kids
I
in
used
general?
to think like we need kids around. It's fun, and it is fun at most places during the day. But once it starts to go into the
And
nighttime,
now winter,
and we're in a
after
brewery,
4 o'clock, babe,
after
you gotta
4
be
o'clock,
out.
it's dark. It's time for bed.
Out.
The kids need to go to bed.
You either need to send them home with grandma, or you all going home and you're ordering Domino's pizza for the night, and you can pick it up on the way home.
Is that is so family?
It is
that is
so, like, oh, we got-
suburb.
oh.
Like we got Domino's. And
Oh, it was
it's like,
a 3 for $5.
it's like I'm gonna throw up.
3 for $5 what? Girl, fuck.
Yeah.
Now,
I had an incident on the way here. So I'm walking to go get our whispering angel. And I see something scuttle across the sidewalk. And when I say scuttle, it's a
Scuttle?
slow scuttle. It was a rat in Grandview.
wow.
Oh, no, honey, they're everywhere. We have alleys. The problem in Grandview, we have alleys where you put your trash.
Well, we'd have that here.
So alleys, yeah, they're everywhere. Rats are everywhere. I mean,
Yeah, we have boxes in the
they're kind of
backyard.
cute, honestly.
Honestly, I wish they weren't
Like
so
they-
annoying and chew on wires because they
yes.
could be cute and they stink when they poop. But other than that,
Oh, I didn't know that. Do they really?
Listen, have you ever been? I can't even talk about it. I'll throw up. Have you ever been to somebody's house that had? Okay, here. Let me just say a fucking story.
Oh,
So,
no. Oh, okay.
Am I old? Sorry, I'm not meaning to interject you, but
No, I'm
I
just
have to
freaking
say
out.
This.
I'm just kind
I
of
have
like-
to say this.
Oh my God.
When I had my old roommate and he listens to the show, so
I got chills. When
God
you
love
started
him.
that.
I'm not even going to say his name, but he knows, and you know, you all can figure it out. He dated this guy who all of a sudden brought his pet rats to the house.
Wait, plural?
2 rats.
Plural.
Yep, and put them in
Absolutely not.
Put them in like the
No.
back room.
No.
Now, when the cage wasn't cleaned, there is a smell that is very distinct.
Like not hamster cage
No.
smell.
No, not like gerbil. Like
yeah, because I had like a gerbil and hamster.
It,
It smelled like wet sawdust. Like it wasn't really. Like,
no, it's not sawdust, honey. It is straight up feces. Like,
oh
where
my
you're like,
god! I like.
ah.
You telling the story makes me want to get my feet off the ground. That type of
So-
thing. Like I gotta be like, no.
And I'm not going to mention other names, but I was at a place that somebody had their wires eaten, and I smelled the smell because it was a rat that ate the wires, and they were shitting behind here. And when I smelled it, I
You're
go,
like, that's a rat.
Yep. I go, huh? And I was like, what is that smell? And it all just like, so anyway.
So actually, though, you could be an exterminator. Like I know
rat smell.
You walk into a
I
house.
know a
you're
rat
like,
when I see one.
that's a rat.
There's a lot of rats in the world, and I know one when I see one.
Oh my.
That's on God. Period.
God.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that was my rat story. So you had a little scuttling rat scuttling across the
Well,
road.
and it's the back half of its body didn't work. Like its back legs weren't really moving.
Oh, no.
And it was
Just
moving
dragging
slow. And I think, honestly, I think it'd been poisoned or hit, and so I felt really bad for it.
Did
I
you
was
kill
like,
it?
I said, Matt, go get the BB gun. So he did, and so
Stop it.
So on our sidewalk on this main street in front of all our houses, Matt is holding a BB gun and shooting at a rat. He had to shoot 3 times to kill it because it like stunned it once and then it was still twitching. I was like, kill it. I mean, I was like tearing up. I was so sad for it.
I mean, after the
But it looked like it was in pain. Like it could barely get across the sidewalk, and then it was in the grass and just like.
Oh no!
And so I was like, we got to kill it. Like
Chop
it's just
its head
because
or
it's just gonna
something.
lay there. And
I
then I didn't really want a hawk to come eat it if it had like rat poison in it, because like I don't want the hawk to die. So I was like, we got to kill it and throw it away. Kill it and throw it away. So we did. When I came back, Matt had to. I'm going to tell you, Matt's a man. You need a man. Matt took care of it.
Yeah.
The rat was gone off the sidewalk. When I came back with the wine, I was like, oh, the rat's gone.
We're a combo of men here.
Yeah, it's true.
It depends on what it is, to be honest. Like,
He can't do spiders or snakes. I can. But like rats.
Oh, ew.
Matt's killed like 4 rats in our yard.
okay, so I don't kill things. That's
Matt's
the
like-
problem with me.
Well, Matt's from the country. He's a killer. He's a killer at heart.
Hi, gay.
Like Matt used to get the day off. The first day of hunting was like a day off school.
Oh
where he
yeah,
lived.
they
You know
have
what
like
I mean?
fair day or where
Right.
they bring their cattle in. Saturday fair day.
Like,
then they used to
literally.
bring in like they call it something like, and they bring their cattle in.
No, this
Market
was,
days.
Oh yeah, but this was different. This was like the first day of hunting on deer season.
Yeah.
You the whole school got
I didn't
off.
know you had a BB gun.
And I have a confession.
Are you strapped?
Yeah, I'm fucking strapped right now. I have a
Strap on?
I have a strap on because my tiny little cock is inside my body. So I have a giant 8-inch strap on attached to me. Yeah, I'm strapped.
He's strapped.
Actually, I told Matt I wanted a BB gun because
To fake it out.
no, I didn't realize that they could kill things. I thought BB guns like just like
Puncture.
kind of like
Little-
hurt things and
yeah.
like scared them away.
Oh no, you can kill like animals
Uh-huh.
with them.
Yeah, I just watched a rat killed. So
But you notice it didn't get killed right away, so it's like usually a couple
No,
shots.
It took 3. Yeah. But I wanted to scare the neighborhood cats away that would come into our yard. So
Oh
I
my
wanted-
God!
I wanted to shoot the neighborhood cats.
Wow.
So that's why I wanted a BB gun, because I was sick of these fucking cats coming in our yard.
We are gonna have PETA all over
pooping
us.
in our backyard, bothering my dog, leaving their piss all over our fence everywhere. Keep your cat inside. I keep my pet
Keep your
leashed.
pussy and your
Keep
pants.
your pussy in your house. I hate outdoor cats. All they do is kill birds and poop in people's
But
yards.
I will say
So-
that they are good for the control of the rats.
These rats are too big for the cats in our neighborhood. This rat was, I mean,
Well,
this
and I
was
don't wanna
not-
be-
the mice. Yes,
You
the
know-
mice they will catch. The rats, honey, these cats,
and you know
they're gonna run.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be
You think my rats are
no,
eating
but I
better, so they're
what
bigger and
what I
grand
think
view?
what I think is funny is that like some people out there don't have maps.
Some
Some people want to discuss other, how do I say this, areas of the city, neighborhoods, if you will, and they want to discuss their part being, how do I say this, not the same. Well, then all of a sudden
We have rats.
and murders.
Okay, the murder wasn't in Grandview, so there you have it.
Well, he's
It
still
was
from
nearby.
there.
I know. I also found that out. Bobby's bringing up something very close to home.
So he was crying about a rat.
Just like
and,
6 doors. I literally was.
I actually think I
was
saw
having
him.
an intense. What?
I recognize him from somewhere.
You probably have. I mean, they're prominent. They have a rainbow flag outside their house.
Faggots.
And they've had it since we moved in, even though I don't think anyone in the family is queer. It's like.
The dad looked a little queer. I mean, he's dead, but.
I mean,
sorry,
true.
no offense. Rest in peace.
We don't want to put any shade on the name, but we wouldn't. Yeah.
We wouldn't do that. Us shady, no, honey.
What?
Us shady, no.
Never. But yeah, basically a body was found on West 5th Avenue and by the train tracks.
Now, why would. Now.
I know. He was on a jog. He was literally on a jog around
That's why I don't run.
7:30 p.m. Amen.
That's why I don't run.
I don't go outside after dark
7:30 p.m.
7:30.
So I get scared when I fly my drone downtown. Like, I'm like,
Don't go out at night. Yeah, no. At night, it's
just
not.
don't go out at night. The main purpose of this
Don't
episode
go
is
out at night.
get your kids in bed before night. Don't go out at night, like by yourself jogging.
Rats come out. Murders
The
come out.
rats, the cats, all of it. It's not good. The rats and the cats, they coming out.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Oh.
Because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. All right.
Okay.
Back away from the murders. Okay, let's
so
do. Okay.
I need you to. I want to go to our. It's on a couple pages down. Okay, so it's called an educational constructive email from a listener. I want you to read that.
Okay.
It's really actually
This
great.
is an educational constructive
and I
email
need
from
you
a listener. whose name is-
before I say this.
Am I going to
Just
get
take.
pissed?
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just going to tell you, it ends up good. So just keep that in mind as you're reading, because this person is an avid listener.
Okay. All right.
So it's constructive criticism, and it's good. It's good. I promise. Go ahead.
All right. This is an educational constructive email from listener. His name is Seattle Dom. Hello. I've heard the last few of your episodes where you both were going on about findom and draining. I suspect, given how you both have talked about this, there's a misunderstanding on what findom is or what draining means. Findom stands for financial domination. It basically means that a dom demands a financial remit from a sub for any reason. Some common examples might include dining out, travel, clothing, designer items, or just a cash amount for merely speaking/DMing a dom type. Draining means draining a bank account, not someone's balls. I'd like to suggest having a kink-aware guest on to discuss kink-related items to reduce listener confusion.
So then so that was the first email. So I said, honestly, thank you for reaching out, because I think because we get into our zone. And I even said that, I'm like, we get into our funny zone where we're trying to experience something firsthand as not technical, but more
Listen,
like.
I don't care if someone's into findom. It doesn't
No,
bother
but I think
us,
it's more
right?
we don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, what's a cock cage?
No, I stumbled upon findom on Twitter that one day, and I was like, what
so
the
you're giving
fuck?
your experience based
that's
on
all.
That's
yeah.
what. So that's what
I didn't educate myself. I didn't go Google and look it up.
No.
And read.
So that was
I was
what
just
I-
like, what is this?
Right. So that's what I said back to him. I said that's
Okay.
kind of part of and
That's
so,
why we brought it up.
So I said, wait till this week we talk about cock cages, and then he wrote.
And then he
this.
tells us chastity cages can be used for a variety of things. Some guys often self-lock during October because it's a fun challenge and the name sort of rhymes, but honestly, any month is good for challenges like that. Most I've talked with like to lock up because without coming and feeling pent up, they feel a lot more submissive, and that's the energy space they want to be in. True.
So I feel like
could
that's
feel
what I do
that.
without a cock cage.
I know. That's how I feel all the time.
I love it. When I come, I'm kind of mad because I'm like, great, I have to build this up again.
Yep. Some do it for much longer periods as a form of denial or getting a key holder that would have control over when their cock is accessible or not, and for any specific purpose or not. Personally, I use chastity as a tool mostly for when a sub is not present. Some of them I've kept caged up while around me. Since I enjoy visually seeing cocks and feeling that a sub can restrain himself from jerking off with abandon while on the floor at my house, I will often open the cage up and use it for training
kinda
purposes
hot.
when out and about, or when he's on his own, like work or a flight somewhere. Some subs ask their doms or random dom if they aren't collared to function as a key holder, as a way to relinquish control over that part of their body to someone else. That's like giving someone else a key to their cage and keeping the other in a sealed envelope or evidence bag for emergencies.
Can you imagine? Officer.
It's in the second drawer
officer,
to the left,
go into the
officer.
nightstand.
My fucking cock, it's dying. The blood's getting cut off. It can also be even more basic where the dom will just ask for cage checks at any point, but he still keeps the keys to the cage. There's a lot of variety and nuance to these things, and each guy, regardless of their orientation or kink identity, can have different motivations. Hope some of that helps to make sense. I know y'all are trying to make something entertaining more than just a facts-based show. That'd be sort of boring if it were that all the time. Hopefully talking about some of these concepts to your listeners with a bit more accuracy, laced with humor and signature off the rails that we've all come to enjoy each week and help everyone understand a bit more.
So it wasn't
agreed.
good. It
I
was
like
a very
it.
educational, like for
I
us.
didn't realize. Actually, that made me think. You're right. Like,
I asked him to be on the show. I said,
Yeah, I
would you
think
ever come on? And he
needs to
said
come
he
on.
would. I
He
didn't
needs to
give his
come
full
on.
name because I didn't know if he wanted to be disclosed. But there's one more name. It's Seattle Dom something.
okay. But yeah.
But yeah,
I think we should because I
have questions.
I have questions, but I also agree with there would be something nice about giving up control and being like, I don't have to worry about getting harder coming because my dom doesn't let me until it's Saturday night at 10 p.m.
Saturday at 10 a.m.
Like, what if you could do that?
No,
you know, you're like,
but
sorry,
that's kind of what I do. Like,
I can't. My dom daddy
like,
won't let me.
I didn't masturbate. Well,
I do
I
that
actually
all the
don't
time.
masturbate all the time, like at all. I just
I don't
came for the first
either.
time like last night in a long time.
Uh-huh.
I edged
I
all
know.
night. In case anyone wanted to know, but
Bobby's an edger.
But But then today I'm not going to do it because I want to be pent up at
Right.
the bar. I want to have that
Same.
sexual. I want to be
felt
pent
a little
up.
frisky coming home from work in the morning today, and I was like, nope, save it for
It kind of
save
It
it.
kind of bothers me. Like it's like I can't recoil fast enough anymore. Maybe is the
Do you know
problem.
what this just activated? Core memory.
Oh no!
When I was an undergrad, I was best friends with a lacrosse player who, for some reason, hung out with me all the time. Well,
I wonder
honestly,
why.
to help with his homework. No.
Oh, yeah.
I never sucked him off, just
jerked him.
jerked off.
That's hot though.
And he had a great cock. And he was like, 6'2", blonde from Northeast.
God,
from
he's
Connecticut.
so hot.
And he was on a D1 lacrosse team. So I'll just leave it at that.
And his legs were probably so fucking hot.
Huge legs, but still like,
Oh, yeah.
thinner, muscular.
Yeah,
upper-
yeah.
Not like football player bulky.
No, like
Great cock. I don't know why. I don't remember why this memory got activated.
I don't know because I was talking about
Yeah. Penting up. Okay.
penting up.
Wow, I just like got lost in like seeing his dick the
No,
first
I know,
time.
you, like-
I really
well, no, 'cause
like
you really
I was
did.
like I literally drifted into like remember when I first saw it.
Now-
and I just like wanted to, it was cut. It was just like the perfect dick.
I like uncut.
Little like dark blonde pubes. Pink. It was a pink dick. Okay. So, but he told me that his coach required the entire lacrosse team not to jerk off or have sex
Yes.
for 5 days before their game because he wanted them to have that feral energy.
I honestly believe it's a real
And
thing.
then after the game, the coach encouraged them to go out to find a girl tonight
and fuck them
to fuck.
to release.
A coach at a college told the team
I believe it.
players,
I believe it.
go out and fuck tonight.
I believe
like,
it.
Yeah, I'm like,
And I
are the-
also wonder, like, in the military, if this is also why our military is a little more aggressive and maybe why they didn't want women or gays in the military because they know straight guys will let them suck their dicks.
Yep.
But they want that pent up aggression. They want you to be aggressive. They want
They want
that.
you to go out and kill people and not think about it.
Right. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you for the
email.
kink education.
Honestly, I want to know what your thoughts on my.
I'm like, where do you store the key in the emergency envelope?
I think it's so funny. I want to know what you think about my priest situation. I want that collar, babe. I want to see that collar and grab it. You know that little white thing? It's so weird. Anyway, I don't even know what it is.
Did I tell you I have a cousin who's a priest? And
Listen that fucking weed.
the worst part about it is that every single time I've met him since he's become an adult, I've realized he's gay.
Right.
And
He's just following the Lord's path.
And I just saw him a few months ago at like my grandparents' 65th
He's like, "Hey,
wedding
sis," I mean,
anniversary. Yeah.
hey.
And I'm like listening to him talk, and I'm just like, is that
But because he's a priest,
is that
it's all of a sudden,
is
it's
that
fine.
is that a purse falling out of your mouth? Like,
It
what's
is.
happening?
It was.
And he's wearing the collar and he's wearing the thing, and everyone's like, oh, he's so religious. He's a priest. I'm like, remember when I was voted most likely to become a priest?
Hey, remember when my
You
grandparents
guys-
told me to be a priest?
Right. Like, you guys aren't realizing yet that he's probably gay.
I think it's really problematic that you don't like gay people, but you'll force them to try to go into priesthood to then
Uh-huh.
accept them.
Yep.
I
Uh-huh.
think it's problematic. And that's my grandparents' rest in
Well, you
peace.
can't be gay, but you could be celibate and be a priest.
Oh, you should go into the seminary.
Yeah.
Because
you should get
you're kind of a
inseminated.
faggot.
You want to go to the seminary? Ever wonder why those names are the same? Okay. Because the gays are.
Or a nun's a
in the-
nun because you ain't getting none.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, I have things. Do you want to talk about Teddy next?
Yeah, I got to talk about it.
We talked about this last weekend. Okay, so this
Did we? I don't remember.
This is what came up. So basically, when we're drunk, I start writing down things like a psychopath, and then when I read them the next day, I'm like, oh, he was drunk. But we wrote down something about Teddy Ruxpin, and I don't know how it came up or why.
Yeah.
But Teddy Ruxpin was like a children's toy from the 1980s.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded like it was a long time ago. For the 1900s. And it was.
The late 1900s. That's the way to make it sound.
I cannot.
I was born in the late 1900s.
Back in the late 1900s, and Gen Z's like, what?
Late 1900s. Oh, you were born before 9/11.
That's how we used to look at people who were born in the 40s. We're like, when we were growing up, we're like, oh, they're old as fuck. Hi. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, because people
like grandparents
born in
are
the
like
40s.
1940, or grandparents would be like, oh,
they were 40 years before me, and now I'm 40 years before the people being born now.
Yep. It's all happening.
Oh,
it's all happening.
Fuck.
But now, if you don't know what Teddy Ruxpin is, I actually got a little clip that I'm going to play.
We got to play it because I have so many things
It
to
is
say.
so, like, I want to say it's kind of creepy.
Lots of teddy bears, but only one Teddy Ruxpin.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I
Fucking God. It's so fucking creepy.
creepy.
It's so fucking creepy.
I'd like to
He's alive. How does he do that? He's a magic bear.
One day, we found an old treasure map. The treasure was supposed to be
my friend Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin, batteries not included.
Oh, God. Fuck that. I'm not going to identify.
I just got chills. Like, I can't
I did
do
too.
it.
That was like
I
a
can't
very
do it.
1990, 1989,
Did you have
1992.
one? Did you have one?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so I don't know.
Of course you did.
If, for our younger listeners, there was a thing called a tape. And I'm actually trying to be serious about this because I don't even know if they know.
I don't know how to
describe.
describe it, but it's a cassette tape.
You put
it's
a
like
cassette
square,
tape
it's
in
a
the
rectangle.
back, yeah, and it has tape that somehow has music on it.
Like it's literally tape that gets run over something that reads the tape and makes sound.
I still don't understand how that works anyway. Or records, to be honest with you.
I know. I fucking
I'm like,
know.
how's a needle?
Like, well, there's a groove, and then the needle reads the groove and like bounces
But
up
how
and
does
down
that
to make a
music
sound.
come out? So Teddy Ruxpin.
Saturday.
So we always had one, but of course it said the batteries were not included, and I feel like my mom never got the batteries.
Did you ever see the movie Batteries Not Included? Because it's so cute.
Oh, I think I did. Did it come out recently?
No, it's so old.
No.
But there's like little alien like robots that come and fly, and like it's called Batteries Not Included. I don't know. And he's trying to save them.
Yeah, no, it's Saturday.
So okay, so
So I always wanted Teddy Ruxpin to goddamn work, and I always want to put like my first ever. So
I wanted to put a Madonna cassette in.
I want to put Guns N'
Faggot.
Roses. I had the,
Oh my
I had
God.
You're in the jungle, baby.
Welcome to the jungle.
And I'm like, I want Teddy Ruxpin to sing this. What a faggot. But yeah, if you really think about it, like, okay, first of all, like, I mean, these kids, if I showed, I need to actually show this to my nephews and have my sister
They'd be afraid.
do a reaction and they'd be like, what the fuck?
Literally.
The kids now have like virtual reality, like live
back
things.
then,
and back
we
then,
were
that
like-
was groundbreaking.
The first time I encountered Teddy Ruxpin, I love how to say
I
it.
feel like he like wakes up at night too. I'm gonna
And
say
that's why my feet are up because I'm freaking out. Like I'm not comfortable because I'm imagining Teddy Ruxpin opening the door right now, walking in and being like, "Hello, boys.
Hi, guys.
Time to die." And I was a kid. I was probably like 8 years old. We go down to Florida, and not the beach Florida, Central Florida, where my great aunt lived in a trailer.
Poor honey.
A double wide.
Poor honey.
Which actually, I love double wides.
Hi, by the way, a lot of
I
people in
fucking
Florida
love-
live in double wides.
I know, and I love
would,
them.
I'd live one in my campground.
Are we both
wide.
admitting this? Like, I love double wides.
Hi, I love being.
Because it's like, I love being poor too.
I like having it simple. It's more
she had
simple.
a patio. You would open the door, cute little kitchen, cute little family
Yeah,
room.
everything's nice
There
and
was
cute.
carpet, cute little bathroom, cute little 3 bedrooms. So we would go visit my great aunt in Florida. She, in the one room where the kids slept, had a Teddy Ruxpin for my like second cousin twice removed or whatever the fuck.
fuck
The
that
girl
means.
who lived in another trailer with her divorced dad down the way, who somehow I was related to. And so we not only had a Teddy Ruxpin, but I swear there was like a caterpillar friend or something.
Yes, yes.
Like, so there were 2 of them. So
feel like
I
that
would
was
have
from
one
that-
and she would have the
I feel
other.
like it was from that book. There was a book about a caterpillar
and
he
they
turned into a
like
butterfly.
flew around in a hot air balloon, I
My
think.
fucking God.
So we would play with both, and both of them were equally creepy.
When you look back,
There was a whole collection of Teddy Ruxpin friends.
like you could have really fucked with kids. Like if you got
If
like
you
a
put it in the
horror
tape,
like I'm gonna fucking eat you.
And then
Wait, I can do this totally.
And then literally the mom's like, "What did Teddy say to you?" And then it's just the regular tape playing back.
Don't I have like a?
You hang.
Hi, kids, it's Teddy Ruxpin.
Hello.
But can you? Hi, kids. Wanna go play?
Play with me.
Why is yours not working?
I don't really know. So,
Okay. Well, shit. How do I,
Oh, fuck. Teddy fucking Ruxpin, though. Like, honestly, you know what's crazy that brought, when I was thinking about this, too? I used to think I was so special, by the way.
no, you are.
I got sent a toy airplane that I would like fly around and hit the button and go. But also with it was a tape. And it was a birthday tape. And it would say my name. And I thought I was so hot shit. And it was like one of those bulk Bobby buys.
Birthday, Bobby.
Like, he's a birthday jet racer. And I'm like, it said my name. Like,
Bobby.
God.
It's like not the same sound or voice. It's just
it's like
Bobby.
This, but I don't even notice. I'm like, this is great. So anyway, if you have a Teddy Ruxpin, I need you to first of all, I need to send a picture with you and the Teddy Ruxpin. But also, is anybody else feeling the same way? Do we feel creepy about Teddy Ruxpin? Did you have good experience?
Yeah,
he's
I wanna
supposed
hear
to
it because
read, but I feel like it was always not.
No,
good.
it wasn't. We did have a book. Like, it did kind of.
But I don't think we ever had fucking batteries. I think that really was the problem. We were poor, so we didn't buy the batteries.
I feel like, honestly, they were those. Was it C batteries that were the big thick,
fucking
fat
ones? Yeah, it was
the
like
big chode ones.
Yeah, it was like D's. It was
no,
like,
D's have the little two tops where you
oh
can
yeah,
like,
no,
click
it was
things
C
on.
then. It was a C.
C's are the chodes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
And honestly, the C's look
Soft,
like a
thick cocks.
shotgun bullet thing.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Casing.
Just two country boys here playing with guns. I have an experience I need to share.
I'll go for it.
Because this Wednesday, for my birthday / anniversary, Matt did very well on top of the cabin.
Again? Like more shit?
Oh, yeah. He gave me a gift card to Open Sky Day Spa to get a massage.
Oh, I need to go. On Tuesdays, there's a discount. Just in case
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's like $80.
They told me that, but I went on Wednesday because I
Did you already go?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Now, I'm going to warn you.
Did you have who was your guy?
Well, and that's the thing. The guy I normally went to left because he had a spiritual awakening. He was so fucking good. He could touch one little spot and then another spot on my body and they'd be directly connected.
Okay.
His name was Johnny. Johnny's gone.
Was he like thinner and like dark hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
Well, no, Johnny wasn't.
Who's Johnny? What does Johnny look
Johnny
like?
was the spiritual awakening. He left. The guy I had this time, and no shade because he might listen. And he was family. You know when you walk
Was he
in
bigger?
and you can just...
Was he bigger? Yeah, I've had him
Yep.
before.
So I was getting like a stretching deep tissue combo. I guess they call it a Thai massage. And
Don't stretch me.
I know. I have since learned stretching can be dangerous because obviously I take off my underwear because it's inhibitory. Like, I don't want you to like stretch my leg a certain way and then I have like a pair of boxer briefs pulling me back or like hurting me.
Right.
So
That's why you do.
Do you take off everything? You leave
It
underwear on?
depends on. It depends.
Why?
If it's a woman,
you wear depends.
My depends are.
Boxers or briefs depends.
Sorry. Oh my god, I never thought of that. What if
Boxers or
you wore
briefs?
depends and you had to go get a massage? Like, would you? What if you had to shit your? Oh my god. Oh. Okay.
They're like, let it all out, relax.
I have a really big comment about this, so keep going.
Okay. Wow. So I'm getting a massage. He starts to do a stretch.
Did it hurt?
It didn't hurt. I just fully felt like my balls were out and my dick was visible. Also my hole. Like I felt like he grabbed my leg. I'm laying on my back. He grabbed this, like pushed it over this way.
Underneath?
Everything this area
honey.
was, I felt the
Full
air.
cock.
I felt the air.
Well, that.
So then, that happens. Then he starts doing a leg massage. Now, I've never had a leg massage go on the inner thigh.
I have, and it was, I think, from him. From him.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't mind it if you're a man.
Well, I didn't mind it. I just felt uncomfortable because
Did
I
it
was
touch your-
fully erect. And because
I'm not actually a fan.
Because literally he's rubbing my leg, stroking my thigh.
I actually had the same exact.
And his hand was touching my balls when he got up here.
Yep.
And I'm going, like, now normally I have had inner thigh leg massages before, but the person takes the bottom sheet and the top
pulls the
sheet
cock over to
and
the side,
pulls
yeah.
it up so that it creates like a thing around your leg, like a full circle
Yep.
around your thigh.
Yep.
So nothing can come out, nothing can be touched. So it's like whatever, like that's fine. This was just like the sheets were on the side, my dick and balls are out, and he's stroking.
This was your casting couch moment,
like this. I mean, it was.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you. Gets under the ball a little bit, like under the sack. Yep.
So he goes. He went up to the waist. So he was going like,
and then he would come down underneath like the sack.
Yep. And so I'm laying there like, well, normally only my husband touches me like this. But
now I wonder if he wasn't chubby, if you would like him more.
I'm not actually a fan.
No, I wouldn't, because I wasn't.
Did you feel like...
No, because... No,
this was your casting couch moment, babe.
Yeah, because the reason I didn't... It wasn't because he's chubby. It's because I wasn't even sure if it was allowed. Because I'm like laying here like...
Well, I think they probably see people with erections. Like, I mean, it's an erotic moment. I believe.
It's not. It wasn't erotic for me. I was trying to relax. It wasn't actually... I was not... I felt uncomfortable.
Why didn't... If it was family, you could be like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, can I just calm down and then roll over?
I didn't know what to say, because I didn't know if acknowledging it would then make him be like, well, I'm gonna leave the room for 10 minutes.
Can you?
Because I didn't know if I said that, then he's like, well, it's on you. Like, you're the problem. And I'm like, you're the one touching my balls, not keeping me covered. Like, it's like weird. I felt uncomfortable.
So this is why I a lot of times leave my underwear on. Sorry.
I think I'm going to from now on. I think I'm gonna wear briefs. Like, just briefs.
Like I do that.
So there's full range of motion, but like something firm pressing down on my dick.
Yeah, because it can get a little wild, and that's why I've done it nude like once or twice. Well, I did a fully nude massage.
I've only ever done nude. This is the first time I've gotten an erection.
Like,
because he was rubbing in a way, and then after he'd rub the leg, he like would go up my. So he started doing this. Like he was jerking off my thigh.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
And then would go up into here and be like touching my stomach. And I'm like,
really hurts.
No, I have bruises.
So I'm like,
I have a bruise on my ass cheek. He also was doing ass cheek stuff. Now it felt good everywhere else, but like the inner thigh, part, I was like, I don't know about this.
Nails, honey. Oof.
I'm getting them done tomorrow.
Thank God, they look like fucking.
They're done.
Cruella de
I
Vil.
hate them. Right
now. That's interesting though. That's a very interesting. So when I got my,
this looks so bad.
When I got my when I got my massage at Camp Buckwood, I walked there naked. So it was
you're
like
at
different.
a gay nude campground, so I can't really comment on that. Like,
so let me just say though, like
you got jerked off.
Here's here's my comment, and this is advice for everyone. If you want a really good massage, go to a black person. Because I have never had a bad massage with they are not afraid to really.
Tiara, if you're out there, Tiara at Paloma.
Yep.
Tiara gave the best massage. Yes. I went to her like 8 times and she got pregnant and had to leave. I'm like, no!
Great. Now she's going to bring her kid to the brewery.
I don't think she's back either. I know.
Now she's at the brewery.
She was stronger than any man's hands I've ever felt.
I'm telling you, I had a girl like that over here.
She was gentle, nice, quiet, like calming voice.
Yes.
Just like the mother feel. Like she was just, Tiara was like.
I love the mother feel.
The mother feel where I'm like, I feel fully.
That's how I was in Maine.
Safe here. I don't feel fat. I don't feel ugly.
No,
I don't feel
sexy. I feel like I feel alive.
Sexy. I love that you put sexy in there. You are literally fucking up massages and wellness with sexuality.
No, I'm not though, because the thing is, I'm not like when I have a massage in Maine. Remember, I almost cried.
Okay, yeah.
So like I've had massages where it was like really you connect with that person.
The orgasm was so good I cried.
No, like she put her hands on my. I mean, I'll never forget that feeling because now I get nervous when people do my chest because I'm like,
I know. You're like, am I gonna cry? I know.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And if you Google it, like it's very normal to cry. Now.
This bitch. It's very normal to cry.
Now, I have something I need to bring up.
I think we need to bring it up. I think it's a big topic. We got to talk. Okay.
Well, that's not yet.
Okay.
I have something else to tell you that's so unhinged.
Okay. What time? Go back to the other screen so I can see the timing on this because I think we're at like 45.
Okay. I want to talk about Twin Flames.
What is it?
Quick. It's a documentary, Escaping Twin Flames. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Okay.
I mean, it is fucking insane.
You sent me like a video and I didn't know what it. She had like a fire extinguisher.
No, so
you
that was,
posted
it. So this is Twin.
Their frustrations on each other.
Julia was like, "That needy. We're needy." I'm like, "No."
I didn't mean like in a codependent.
Hush.
Fine.
Let the man speak.
All right.
We're doing it even now.
I guess like.
Stop talking, please. Let me make my point. Thank you. If you're uncomfortable, sit with it. I'm not being rude. I'm not being controlling or domineering. I'm not being a jerk. I'm not being a dick. This is what discipline looks like.
If you had a problem or called him out on his insults, you're ultimately calling yourself out, and you would need to mirror it. By that point, we were.
First, you accept
that you're truly man inside.
It had become a form of conversion therapy.
The fact that you have a vagina and you're a man inside, the vagina is truly an illusion. Dissolve the illusion and recognize that you're actually a man, and recognize that you already have a penis.
I was constantly looking for signs that this was true. Because I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it.
I got like this really insane download, and I heard like God speak to me in like a very like clear as day voice, like the images of Jesus is the image of Jeff. That's the prophecy you've been looking for. It is not written. It is in visual format. And I'm like, oh my God.
I pulled up a recent image of myself and put it next to that image of, you know, the supposed Jesus, and it's the same person. Those images were images of me, not a Jewish guy from Israel, but a Euro guy with blue eyes and brown hair.
And if you're not, then there's a problem.
Shalia says I'm well fucked, meaning I get all the sex I want and need.
Jeff and Shalia posted that men need to have sex every day, and that if your man wants sex, then you need to give him sex. There was never an option to really say no.
Shalia's like in her closet, like getting ready, and I come up and I just want to give her a kiss. I knew we needed to make out, right? And she's all, no, I don't want this. Threw her on the bed and jumped on top of her. No, get off of me, no. And then we were making out. And she was like, hee, I love this, I love you.
When I didn't want to have sex, I...
Let somebody come up to me today talking about they my twin flame.
And I didn't want to have sex.
Now, so let me just explain it just slightly. Yep. So basically what happened is this couple, now they start the documentary off with the mom of the daughter of the girl that was in that video, the one that was like next to the guy.
Girl. Okay.
The girl said, "Don't talk to me. Don't like." So this guy basically started this kind of like love cult, and it was attacking people who like were like, "I want to find my soulmate," you know, the type. I mean, honestly, when you watch it, you'll be like, "Yeah, that makes kind of sense," but also it's like really fucking sad because these people like paid money and believed in this thing, and he would have these coaching sessions. But there's an interesting part about being trans and how he then turned it into, because the group was mostly female, so he's like, "Well, that's because it's inner masculinity and da 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 da." So people like transitioned to men because they really believe that they had a masculine energy, and I think that they actually probably were trans because they make all these comments, but it's very controversial in my opinion because it's like reverse conversion. Like it's so weird. And then he's sitting there like, you gotta fuck your wife. It's like, what is going on? And your twin flame. So basically also,
what is a twin flame?
So everybody has a twin flame. You have the same energy, and it's somebody who like has the energy, and you're supposed to literally pursue them. The whole thing of the whole class is you go after your twin flame until they are with you. Yeah, it's
like sexually with you,
all the way with you, like together forever. Amen.
So dumb.
So what I need you guys to do is go watch it.
Yeah,
I need you to watch
listeners,
and I want you to come back with a report.
Okay.
And then if you've seen it, call us because I'll let you guys watch it now.
I'm so creeped out.
It's so fucking crazy. It is so unhinged. So. Yeah. Now
we got to talk about
two things.
Let's bring it up.
Do you want to do the funny one first and then get serious?
Funny one.
Are we ending serious or do you want to do serious now?
Serious now.
Okay, let's do serious now.
Okay.
I don't really know how to bring it up. So basically Gen Z is at it again. And
here we go. They love terrorists.
So basically so there was a letter that was written 20 years ago that nobody read. Or we read it, but we didn't really put it together.
When I was a kid, nobody brought this up.
I never heard of this letter, but apparently it was posted in 2002 or something crazy after 9/11. And it was Osama bin Laden's reason for bombing America. And it was called A Letter to America. And when you read it, and I was going to play it, but I think I might play it at the end so you can choose if you want to listen to it.
You don't want to get tagged by the FBI.
No, it's really fucked up though, because now they're taking it off the websites. They took it off. Yeah, they're censoring it now. It's like, wait a second.
It's classic. It's 1984. They're like, oh, that letter never existed.
It
what
is
are you
1984,
talking about?
and that's
like,
what's
there was no letter.
It's not even the letter. itself. It's how people are reacting,
right?
And what he actually says in there. Now, I do not condone him. I do not condone violence. He hates faggots, so like it's fine. I'm not really. But when you read this letter, and I implore you, is that the word?
Yes.
I implore you to read it because I think it is. And actually, if you can find it, because now it's hard to find. What?
It's hard to find.
What'd you say it was shit for?
I just had a thought.
What?
I didn't have caffeine today.
Oh, shit. You'll be all right. I have a Keurig downstairs. You're going to make it. We're almost done.
I know.
Okay, so basically this letter, though, explains how horrible we are as a country.
A country.
We are cunts in this country. I had like little clips, I thought. A little...
oh, here we go. Here it is.
I got some things that were out of it that were like kind of... Do I not have this page?
The reasons for fighting against the U.S. The letter outlines various reasons. Okay. Accusations of American attacks and ongoing aggression in Muslim countries, including Palestine, Somalia, and Iraq. Claims that the U.S. supported Russian actions in Chechnya, Indian actions in Kashmir, and Israeli actions in Lebanon, which all that's correct.
True.
Allegations that the U.S. was stealing Muslim wealth and oil and spreading military bases across Muslim lands. Criticism of U.S. support for Israel, particularly regarding Jerusalem and the Palestinians. Yep. And we're seeing it today. Views on American society and policies. The letter harshly criticizes American society and policies, alleging immorality and debauchery. And this is including acts of fornication, homosexuality, gambling, and usury. The U.S. is a nation that invents its own laws, separating religion from politics and indulging in practices contrary to Islamic Sharia law. Demands and warnings to the U.S. Bin Laden's letter also includes several demands and warnings. A call for Americans to embrace Islam and reject their current societal and political values. A demand for the U.S. to withdraw. I can't read too much more.
I know.
Anyways, basically, it's a wash. Like, we agree with a lot of it. We hate a lot of it.
No, I need you to read this one right here.
Okay. The letter is a complex mix of religious justifications, political rhetoric, and direct threats. It attempts to rationalize Islamist terrorism against American civilians. I'm like, Islam. I don't know. Did chat be a GBT write this shit? They did. Admit it. Ed fucking admit it. You always
I got it. No.
Chat GBT, write me a summary. And it's always weird words.
No, I got the sources. I needed them to put it together.
You did use AI.
I love AI.
I'm like, no human would write this. Okay.
Employs anti-Semitic. Just keep going.
Okay, the letter attempts to rationalize Islamist terrorism against American civilians, employs anti-Semitic tropes, and propagates various conspiracy theories. Notably, the veracity of the letter has been questioned as it discusses topics bin Laden had not previously addressed, such as AIDS and incest. This letter reflects bin Laden's worldview and the ideologic underpinnings of his conflict with the U.S., offering insights into his justifications for violence and his broader critique of Western society and politics. And he's been dead since what, like 2000?
Right.
I don't even know.
So 12? Gen Z got a hold of this and they're freaking out because they're like, wait, he's like right. And the reality is that a lot of the things that he said in the letter, because I read it.
Yeah, a lot of it's true.
A lot of it is
like, why is the U.S. obsessed and involved with the Middle East? Well, wealth, oil, control. We want to control the world.
So, and that was part of his point in the letter.
That's the only reason.
He's like, you can do this, but nobody else can.
Right. No one else is allowed. And we don't let them.
And I thought about it, and I thought about how we grew up and how we pledge allegiance to the flag and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like we are taught that we are literally better than everybody.
We have military bases all around the world.
I'm not mad at it. And the thing is, it's a really weird, bizarre feeling because I'm so fucking privileged. Like we are so privileged living in America. Like, but also we're nasty.
Also, I didn't choose this country.
Right.
I wouldn't choose it. If I had a choice but being born,
Canada.
I would never have picked this one.
I would have picked Canada and a hockey player.
Anywhere else.
So
anywhere.
Something else he said in the letter, though, was you've been killing us.
Yep.
That's why we're coming to you and bombing you and your Christianity is what he called it.
I just want to point out that the U.S. supported the Taliban in the 80s because we didn't like the Soviet Union. So we gave money, guns, weapons to them to fight against the Soviets. And then we come to the 90s and early 2000s, and now all of a sudden we hate the Taliban.
Because we want to get into Palestine.
Oh my God, we
want to help Israel, though. That's the problem.
That's why. It's like we funded terrorism. Then when we get attacked, we're like, oh my God, we're the victims. Oh my God, we got to fight terrorism. Like, we just funded these people.
Now, I do want to make a comment.
10 years ago.
One source noted that in 2001, U.S. military interventions in Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, and Syria and Pakistan have claimed over 387,000 civilian lives.
Yeah.
As of the most recent data available, the 9/11 attacks in 2001 resulted in deaths of 2,908 people. Following these attacks, an additional 549 Americans have died in terrorist attacks domestically, according to the analysts of the Global Terrorism Database.
Yeah.
So
we basically have killed so many civilians. Like, we don't even understand.
So
we bombed Iraq. Like, nothing.
So what Gen Z is really freaking out about, though, is that they're like, we always were told terrorists were bad. We cheered all this stuff. We're the terrorists. By the
we
way.
are. No, the entire Middle East sees us as the terrorists.
And again, I implore you to
all
read
we've
it yourself.
done is bomb people.
But it's true. Like, we are bullies.
And the point is, what did we accomplish? Like, that's the funny thing.
We have control.
You look at Afghanistan. We had a never-ending war where we wasted like trillions and trillions of dollars.
Oh yeah, I have.
And then we leave. We left Afghanistan, and the Taliban is back in control, just like they were in 2001.
Yep.
Just like they were then. Nothing has changed except that we lost how many American lives, we killed how many civilians, and we wasted how many trillions of dollars. But nothing has changed.
So we're not in war right now.
Same exact situation.
And we're not in war right now.
What a
and we
fucking
spend
waste.
$761 billion on our military.
Yep.
We're the number one spender. The next one's China, $230 billion. So we are 3 times
We spend
more.
3 times more than China.
Yes, and China's not even, and Russia has 82 billion, India 54, and it goes on. And I'm saying, United Kingdom $50 billion. We do 761 billion. I get it,
we can't afford healthcare. We can't afford student loan forgiveness. We can't afford school lunches. We can't afford it.
I decided to cut 20% from the military, United States budget. And so the new budget would be $609 billion, which means you're still double.
Okay, that sounds good.
So the 20 amount. So basically, what you could do is give every citizen that works, it makes under $100,000 a year, $1,699. Now imagine getting that at tax time. Just a quick $1,600.
That'd
Boom.
be great. I mean, that's what people got during COVID, and that's when
Correct.
people caught on to the lie, and they were like, "Wait, so you can just give us $2,000?
Yep.
You can just suddenly deposit $2,000?
Yeah,
and
they absolutely
we can use that."
So you want to tell me we're going to spend all this money? We're not even in war.
No,
okay,
we're not.
We could do a solid $500 million and be still double what the next one is.
Yeah.
So I decided, I went on this whole tangent.
You only cut $152 billion if you would do that. Yeah,
right. No,
that's nothing.
I only did 20% of our budget now.
That still leaves us well above China's $230 billion. That would leave us still double what they spend. Still double.
And they might spend that, but I guarantee you their technology might not be where we're at. So like, really, I just am a little annoyed at it because it just brings like. So then I kept going. Okay, and this is all from the American Letter. Okay,
I love it.
So then I go into Israel and what we do for them, and so basically,
here we go.
In the last 20 years, we basically give them. So this is in billions.
This is this good chart. Okay, so we started down there.
So when we crashed, we only gave them
in 2008.
2.4 trillion.
Yeah, billion.
2.4
billion in 2008. Yeah. Then we suddenly jump up to over $3 billion.
This is our bottom line one. This is what we just give them for humanitarian reasons. This isn't what we do for like
year. Yeah, every year.
This is what they get minimal.
Not the additional $14 billion that Biden requested.
Yep.
This is just the every year. Here's $3.8 billion. Okay.
Every year.
And we're doing that. We agreed to it for 10 years.
Yep.
Just because they want to have free health care and they want to pay for random Jews from all around the world to have the right of return to move to Israel and steal land from Palestinians and then build a little home. Actually, they don't even build the home. They just steal the home from the Palestinians and move in.
So, no, and honestly,
so that's Israel.
So that's where I sort of like, I want.
It's all connected.
So I want because I don't know anything, right? Like, I didn't really know much about this whole situation. We've talked about this. And when you start really peeling back the layers and peeling back the onion, if you will, you see what's really going on, and it's scary as fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So,
yeah.
That's it. I mean, just stop, go research yourself and like really, and again,
stop voting for these people.
Well, and that's the other thing that Osama bin Laden says is like, you American people,
we elect them,
are the ones that are electing these people who don't do anything. Yeah, we all
I know, and I get it. The system is rigged against us. The districts are illegal. Even the presidency is illegal because there's an electoral.
I can't have Trump.
There's an electoral college.
Yeah,
so it's like
that right there.
That takes away our power. So it's not like we fully.
Well, we're a liberal country.
We don't get to directly elect the people, but we still do. Ultimately, they have to win by votes.
Imagine if we all really decide, like if Gen Z said,
no,
we're not going to do this shit, and they go a totally different direction. If you pulled all the, like,
it could happen.
It's scary. It's not scary to me. It's revolutionary.
Dear every person listening, please listen and support another LGBT podcast called Not Well. Bobby and Jim will audibly satisfy your pussy clot or excite the vein snake humorously. Wink emoji. Not Well podcast. Sub, share.
Oh my God.
Patreon. It's a beautiful podcast that deserves to be heard. Not Well podcast. Topic to talk shit or twink thought thick two top picks. You'll be happy you
That's
came.
definitely
Current
Thatcher.
events, relationships, and shade tea filled.
That's Thatcher.
Please give it a chance on all platforms. I love you, Mike and Kyle. XOXOX exclamation point. Thanks, Thatcher.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Thatcher sent.
It's
Oh my
interesting you're promoting someone else's podcast on our podcast, but I guess they're gay, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, and I find it really.
We've got to go visit Thatcher in Seattle.
I know. I think this is a new level.
This is a new level.
We had a listener infiltrate another podcast. So,
oh my God, I'm freaking out.
And I'm not going to say this.
Fucking love it.
And I'm not going to say the same thing about gayish. So you can go listen if you want, but honestly, like, now sundries.
I'm looking up mine now.
My sundry is this. What was I saying at the beginning? Remember, you were like, save it. What was I saying, bitch? No, I don't think it was that.
It wasn't that?
No,
that's mine. So I'm
okay. Well, go ahead.
My sundry is to all the Columbus gays, especially because we know who you are. We know you. We've talked to you. Listen, one thing that's definitely not cute is pretending you're taking a nap, but having your phone set up by your door in the apartment you've lived in for 10 years with the 3 roommates, the rotating roommates.
College roommates, by the way. And you're in your 30s, but you're posting this picture we're
of
almost
you,
40s.
Posting a picture of you laying in the bed, being like, nap time. What's happening in your life? And then there's others who are actually, they have a chance. Like they've been on TV, they've done other things, posting pictures of themselves in underwear in the mirror and just being like, nobody wants to love me. Oh my God, I'm so sad. Oh.
Now, if that doesn't scream, I want to be with you, I don't know what does.
Yeah, it's just giving pathetic. It's giving your life is a mess. But
I'm not actually a fan.
Your life is a mess, but you're not going to fix it online. So stop posting pictures. Stop being whiny.
It reminds me of when I was in my 20s, my early 20s.
That's the thing is like
when I was on Facebook, we're like, ugh.
These people are. They're in their 30s. Right. They don't have a life. They don't have a partner.
Well, we don't know what else to do.
They don't have a house. They don't have a career.
And that doesn't mean anything, though, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
But when
just
you're going to post
me
it,
concerned.
But when you're going to post it and then make a, like, listen, I get that not everybody can live on their own. I get that people can't afford things.
That's
but don't post your, like, pitiful moments and then expect people to be like,
expect other people to rest.
Sorry. It's like,
stop expecting people to rescue
meanwhile,
you.
You're the same person that will talk shit about people and won't even say hello. So,
oh no, I think the nap person, I've encountered him.
The other person's
times.
great. The other person I want to say
is really
the other
nice.
person I want to say stop because you have what it takes.
You do have what it takes. We've seen what you put out.
We know
We've
what you
seen
do.
You on
know
TV.
your personality. We know what you can bring to the table.
We've talked to you before. You're amazing. You don't need to beg on Instagram.
No.
You don't need to beg on Twitter. Don't beg. Don't beg.
Babe.
Don't post thirst traps and then be like, I'm sad. Don't do that. You don't need to. You're cute as you are.
You don't need to.
That's my sundry is stop underestimating yourself and stop putting out versions of yourself that do not reflect how you really are.
Now, my sundry, I'm just going on the fly now because at this point I don't remember what I was going to say. But my sundry is when you eat a really great fried fish sandwich or chicken sandwich or some sort of fried situation and you want to continue to have fun, that's great. But when you go to the bar and you're trying to be sexy and you're burping, this is on us. I'm actually calling us out because last weekend we were like, all 3 of us were like, ugh. I could not stop burping.
I know.
And I was like,
I agree.
And you try to be cute. You're like, oh, fuck. It doesn't go away. People know.
Fuck.
People know.
He's calling me out.
No, it was me. I kept burping going like, oh God.
We all were though.
It was bad.
I don't know if it was the spuds or the fried food. I mean,
I think it was both. But it was like, oh no, like
I want to point out though that it's a double standard because straight men are allowed to burp and it's funny.
We're in Japan.
I don't know if you're burping or farting, but I'm hearing a lot of noises every time you move.
I got to text Matt. So anyway, okay. So that's my sundry. Also, if you put another goddamn note on my fucking computer screen because it happened again, I'm going to scream.
Yeah, fully.
I need you to focus on this last moment because then I have to zoom into me if you're not paying attention because it just looks bad. So thank you for listening. Give us a call, 614-721-5336. If you are into kink, give us a call, 614-721-5336. Jim?
We love kinks.
Wow, he's shutting down. He just had to look at
dead children.
He just had to open his fucking Instagram, and now the night is ruined.
I had to watch a genocide.
We're gonna go be cunts because we look like cunts, and by that I mean
I feel like
cunt.
I feel like a cunt today.
I'm serving cunt.
I'm ready to serve cunt.
I'm ready to serve I'm gonna touch some dicks tonight.
No, we're seeing dick, by the way. I actually had a dream yesterday about that.
You keep dreaming about me and you touching dicks.
Together too. It's weird.
No, it's like you
not ours, but
should
others.
we do like a double? Should we hold hand? Give me your other hand. Other hand.
This one.
Yeah, and we'll take their cock in the middle and go.
Oh, that I've never thought of that.
Oh fuck! Oh! This has been another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby,
and I'm Jim.
Goodbye. Have a great week. We love you so fucking much.
Oh my god!
And infiltrate other podcasts because I love it.
I can't believe it. So wait, it wasn't you, a snatcher? I literally thought it was you who paid for an ad.